a real estate and finance expert that goes to bat for you every day as a consumer advocate. Your host and the consumer quarterback, Brandon Rhymes.
And welcome to the Consumer Quarterback Show, always helping you live a better life, making you more street smart here on the Consumer Quarterback Show, helping you win in any marketplace, as we say here on the program. We got Martin Gramatica in studio, former Buccaneer football player and Super Bowl winner, and he is representing Lifeguard Imaging here in Tampa Bay. Also, later in the program, Alex Lima, Black Belt Fitness and Martial Arts on the show also. And before we do, we always like to feature our real estate listings. It's part of our strategy to help our sellers sell faster for more money, marketing our properties in ways that other real estate companies don't. We got a great opportunity for you here at 3704 Burger Road. This one's in Lutz, Florida. We got a mansion for sale here in Lutz, y'all. It's a 10,000 square foot home, 10 bedrooms. You got 12 bathrooms, no CDD. Indoor pool area with a full bar and an oversized deck. Beautiful home up in Lutz. It's over an acre of land as well. Full tennis court, basketball court, library, movie theater, sauna, 2 master suites and a ground balcony, and more at this beautiful property. 3704 Burger Road, listed at $2.39 million. Beautiful, beautiful home. And another property at Marjorie Avenue in Tampa. This one's 11332 Marjorie Avenue. 4 bedrooms, 2 bath. You have beautiful kitchen here with granite countertops, wood cabinetry, stainless steel appliances, tile flooring, and just oversized bedrooms as well. Beautiful property. You have a no HOA or CDD in this home. 4 bedrooms, 2 bath. 11332 Marjorie Avenue in Tampa. This property is completely fenced in. Beautiful landscaping, pavers on the outside, gates as well. Great opportunity to own real estate here in Tampa Bay. You can see all of our listings at platinummvpteam.kw.com.
And yeah, I'm raising my glass to those saving our ass overseas.
And let's do a quick shout out to our friends over at Discovery Golf Cars, longtime friends of the program. If you're thinking about getting a golf car, they've got new and used golf cars over there. They've got the Easy Go, Star EV, Cushman, and I just love taking our dogs out for a ride, and kids love going on a ride there too. It's a great time, and you can use it for recreation or commercial. And make sure you let them know the real estate quarterback sent you. DiscoveryGolfCars.com, longtime friends of the Consumer Quarterback Show. All right, Martin Gramatica, welcome back, sir.
Thanks, man. Good to see you. How you doing?
Likewise. Doing great. Blessed and highly favored, man.
Nice. That's
yes,
good,
sir.
good.
Things going on with your side? Everything good?
Doing good, yeah. Just staying busy. With 3 kids is nonstop. So
I know it.
Yeah.
I love seeing the post online, and it looks like you got some athletes there too, man.
They good thing they took after their mom, their athleticism.
There you go.
Yeah.
That's right. And your girls playing the flag football, and that's a big thing. That's kind of a new development these days too, with kids getting into more little flag football for everybody.
Oh yeah, she's actually on 3 teams, and 2 that are all boys, and then 1 that's a girls team. So yeah, she doesn't get enough of it. So every weekend we have 3 games to go to. But
that's so funny.
She loves it. As long as she's liking it, we'll support it.
Yeah. I saw a couple of my, so my cousin was up playing. They were playing in Clearwater, Robbie. And Andrea and Ryer, and so they were playing baseball and talking about the tournaments. Like, it's different from when we were growing up, man. It's like every weekend there's a tournament, and then I went to go see Jerry, my good friend Jerry Calderon, and watched him play with his son. And they were in a tournament in Oldsmar. I'm like, okay, when you're close, let me know. I'll come visit. But it's like every weekend with these tournaments, right?
For us, I mean, between soccer and football, I don't think we have a free weekend. And now the summer slows down a little bit, but then now she can do some of the camps. She's doing a couple soccer camps and football camps. So but yeah, it's always something. But they grow quick, so I don't mind. I don't mind spending time with them every weekend doing sports. So,
right? Yeah. It makes you think, kind of respect your childhood too. Like a lot of times with all these different sports on the weekends, and it's good stuff. I kind of jokingly say, well, I'm going to teach my kid how to play golf and fish, maybe. That way I can be more involved.
That's fine.
Yeah, let's talk about Lifeguard Imaging, man. You're out there saving lives now. You're got an accomplished career in football and sports, and now you're kind of taking it into a different place.
Yeah, no, definitely. I started with Lifeguard as a patient first, and just wanted to be proactive. Took my wife and I went there. We obviously, with having the 3 kids, want to make sure everything's fine, and luckily everything was. So now the peace of mind as well. So for patients that come in, not only do we could find things that could potentially take their lives, but also if everything is fine, the peace of mind is incredible.
Yeah, absolutely. And this free heart scan is a big deal. I mean, that's something, almost everybody should do. I mean, it's a free heart scan. It kind of gets you into the system over there. It kind of introduces you to their legacy program as well.
Yeah, so we're offering to all your listeners a free heart scan. When the patients come in, they're going to meet with a patient advocate. Patient advocate's going to explain our legacy program or our full body program, because we're doing a full body scan. Is from the neck to the pelvis, and that's where we can detect over hundreds of cancers. And we designed our programs to be like the mammogram. Mammograms women get yearly, and it's breast cancer is the most detected and survived cancer because women are doing preventative screening. So our full body scan is more or less a full body mammogram, and we set a baseline in year 1, and we tell our patients, the first scan is an important scan, but it's not the most important scan. The follow-up scans are, because if anything were to develop in year 2, 3, you catch it at that earliest stage, and every scan after the first one is going to be compared to the first scan.
Yeah.
So that way, if anything were to change, you catch it early.
Yeah, you set that baseline and kind of figure out where you're going from there, and that's. Tell us about some of your success stories. I know you've had some really awesome patient stories from there.
No, lately we've had one that's incredible. Actually, a good friend of mine had a heart attack 8 weeks ago. And so I find out through another patient that he had the heart attack. So I call him up and I say, Ernie, how you feeling? And he's like, man, I'm kicking myself. I should have gone to see you guys, because he travels with the Bucs. He's at every home game. He's on the sideline. So I see him pretty much every weekend during the football season. And, he just, everybody, they're busy with life. He had just retired in December and has his heart attack 8 weeks ago.
Wow.
He was fine. He's lucky that it happened at a Pittsburgh Pirates spring training game, because now the medical staff was able to stabilize him, got him to the hospital. He needed 4 stents. He had 100% blockage, 90, 70, and 70.
Wow.
No symptoms whatsoever, which, we can't stop the calcium, but if you catch it early, you avoid the heart attack.
Right.
And his story doesn't end there. So he came and did the full body. Then his wife came and did the full body the week after, and we found kidney cancer in his wife.
Wow.
And her cancer was the size of a softball in the kidney. So, 4 weeks ago, she had the kidney removed, and we just found out last week, luckily, that she won't need radiation because it was stage 2. But the doctors were amazed that, she was there for that type of surgery, not without any symptoms. That's the first thing. But also they were predicting that in 6 months it could have metastasized because of the size of the tumor. So in 6 months, her story could have been a lot different. And
Wow.
that's why early detection, it is saving lives.
Right. Yeah, absolutely. We're talking with Martin Gramatica here on the Consumer Quarterback Show, and he's with Lifeguard Imaging. It's a local company right here in Tampa Bay. They have their offices right here in Tampa over at the Causeway. Rocky Point. That's right. Yes. Rocky Point Causeway in a great building there, great office. By the way, if you bring in your Buccaneer football, paraphernalia there, your sports equipment, footballs, Martin, you said you'll sign it for him?
Oh, absolutely. Yeah. If I'm in the office and you bring any Bucs gear, then we'll get a sign for sure. Only Bucs now. Don't bring anything else now.
There you go.
Just Bucs. And the other thing too, for your listeners, Brandon, we're opening obviously in Scottsdale. Will be our next office, but we're also getting close to opening, well, by the end of the year in Sarasota. So Sarasota will be our next Florida office.
Oh, good.
Yeah, because of my buddy Ernie, he found us a great location in Sarasota, so we're moving forward on that. So we'll be opening a few more here in the Florida area as well.
Very cool. Yeah, that's our listening audience here on 860 and also 1025. So, so Martin Gramatica here talking about saving lives. I love some of these stories. We had a awesome kind of I think it was the first annual clients appreciation party over there at Maggiano's, and I heard some nice folks there. I actually got to talk to Michael MD, who ended up joining us as a tech expert on the show.
Oh, nice.
He does
That's
a great
awesome.
job as a tech expert too.
Oh, fantastic. No, I coached their son early on in soccer, so I've known them forever, so I'm glad that they came in as well. But yeah, it's just great people. But that's the thing about that, we're coming together to celebrate the patients that lives we saved, but also just anybody that's scanned. We invite everybody that pretty much from the year and just to get to know each other, but especially to hear the stories, because a lot of those stories I hadn't heard of either because they were prior to me joining Lifeguard. So
right.
So I got to meet a few of the patients that we saved early on as well. So I'm sure the party will grow next year because every day, like I said, we're saving 1 to 3 lives a day.
Yeah, absolutely. I want to switch gears, talk a little football here. Because you are also a commentator for the Bucs on the Spanish station. Is that right?
Yes.
Yeah.
We do the official Spanish radio for the Bucs. Yeah.
Nice. Very cool. And Santiago's on the sideline now?
He is. This last year was his first year on the side, which is cool. It's always nice to work with your brother. So Santiago does a great job, and then Carlos Borges, I always say, the best play-by-play in the business. He brings that soccer energy and passion to football. So anytime we score a touchdown, the whole stadium goes crazy. Well, they replay it, but the first time we did it in our booth, everybody just looking around like, what's going on in that booth? They're crazy, but that's just the way.
That's the energy.
That soccer energy to football.
I love that. That's awesome. And any early predictions for the Bucs as far as they've got Trask now, and then also Mayfield. You hearing anything out of camp?
No, we really haven't. I haven't really got into it too much. They're just starting the OTAs. They'll do the mini camps and stuff. But I don't know. I mean, it's. In my opinion, it's more Baker Mayfield's job to lose because of the experience.
Right.
Even though the future could be Kyle Trask, but I think right now with the experience, and I like Baker Mayfield. He's a competitor. He's one of those guys that never gives up. He plays hurt. We're in the era where a broken toenail gets somebody out of the game. Where and this guy plays with torn shoulder, knees, whatever the case is, he's on the field. So for his teammates, so it's good to see a guy like that wants to fight for his teammates.
Yeah, exactly. And sometimes just it's not the right fit for them. Maybe Cleveland Browns or Carolina, different places. But maybe the Bucs would be that fit for him.
He's got a ton of weapons. The weapons didn't go anywhere. So when you have a Mike Evans, Chris Godwin, you've got weapons to throw to. So I think it's a good fit for him. And he's like I said, he's a competitor. So he's going to bring that competitive to the team. Which obviously, when you lose Tom Brady, that's a huge loss. Yeah. Because he's the greatest. But now bringing that veteran, to compete for that job, I think it's going to be an asset to the Bucs.
I love that idea. Do you think Tom's going to end up resurfacing somewhere, last minute deal? You never know, right?
Who knows, man? I follow him on social media. He's having a great time with his kids, going on trips and all that. So he's enjoying life. So I think once you separate and you start to enjoy life and your family, you kind of think, okay, it's over. But in his case, that bug may get him, once it starts to get closer and you see, mini camps and training camps that start, then who knows? With him, it wouldn't surprise me because, he's such a great athlete and he's done it for so many years at that high level.
Right.
And now putting that divorce behind him, the family side of it, he's already moved on.
Right.
So it won't affect him as much, I don't think. I think since it was happening at the moment,
right.
In my opinion, that destroyed his season last year. He's human. I mean, and when I hear some fans complaining and, he should have just, so you got to compete and you got to be an athlete and you got to forget about it. At the end of the day, he's a human. So
exactly.
Divorce is going to affect you no matter what. So I think it did last year. And hopefully, if he does play, that won't be a part of it. It's already past him and maybe.
Yeah.
But it'd be sad to see him play somewhere else because it wouldn't be the Bucs probably.
Yeah, exactly. So, probably be Miami, my guess.
That's what it looks like. If they said anywhere, Miami, because his family's there. He bought the house there so he can spend time with his kids. So it could be the Dolphins.
Yeah, tough to leave Florida once you're here.
No, absolutely, man. Absolutely.
I did see a video, kind of. I don't know if it was a fake video or not, but he was on a yacht and he's throwing out a drone. Did you happen to see that one?
I saw that. Yeah, I saw the drone, and then he hit a guy in a jet ski. Threw him a pass. The guy dropped it, but it was a perfect pass. So,
oh wow!
With Brady, man, it wouldn't surprise me if they're real. I'm sure he's got a lot. I'm sure he's got a good editing group where they can make him look great. But it wouldn't surprise me if he did knock that drone out of the air.
Yeah, exactly. That's funny. All right, hey, more with Martin Gramatica. We're going to take a quick break, pay some bills here, but talk about that free heart scan as well. You got an opportunity to get a free heart scan, and also inviting doctors into the office over at Lifeguard Imaging right here in Tampa Bay. More coming up with Super Bowl winner Martin Gramatica here on the Consumer Quarterback Show. Make sure you follow us online. We'd love to connect at Brandon Rhymes1 at CQB Show, and of course, consumerqb.com. We'll be right back.
This is Work Done, and you're listening to the Real Estate Quarterback Show hosted by my man, Brandon Rhymes.
For real estate and financial advice, call Brandon today at 813-917-1894.
All right, welcome back. Brandon Rhymes here in studio with Martin Gramatica, Lifeguard Imaging on the Consumer Quarterback Show. Free heart scan coming up here. Opportunity to get a free heart scan and check up on your health there. Before we do, a couple of hot listings here. We'd like to feature our listings as part of our real estate strategy with Keller Williams Realty, also Livy and Coastal Elite, to help our sellers sell faster for more money, getting that maximum exposure for our real estate listings. And we like to help you sell faster for more money. 14 Baywood Drive right here in Palm Harbor. This is a great home, a beautiful property. It's updated on the interior, 2913 square feet, 4 bedrooms, 3 bath, vaulted ceiling fan there, beautiful ceiling fan and a cathedral ceiling. pool, screened-in pool. What I really like about this community is you have your own private boat ramp, so you can keep your boat in your backyard, keep it on the trailer there. This one, and you drive it over. You're backing down your boat down the ramp, going out into the Gulf of Mexico, catching some fish, going grouper fishing, or maybe taking it out for a ski. Wood-burning fireplace in the living room, vaulted ceilings, 14 Baywood Drive, Palm Harbor. This is in beautiful Pinellas County. Also, I got another commercial property here at 7202 US Highway 301 South. This one's in Riverview, Hillsborough County. Corner lot location. You've got a mechanic shop that has a lease in place, so you got passive income built into this property, and you have a office building on the end. It's currently operating as a barber shop, but that could easily be an attorney, a CPA, real estate office, insurance office, mortgage broker, title company, any type of office there. 7202 US Highway 301 South in Riverview, and you can see all of our listings at PlatinumCoastalElite.com. That's PlatinumCoastalElite.com.
This is God's country.
All right, Martin Gramatica in the house. Let's talk about that free heart scan, Martin. What do people need to do for that heart scan?
Yeah, they can call our office and make the appointment, 813-582-5222. Mention the Quarterback Show or Brandon Rhymes in Consumer Quarterback Show, and then we'll get them scheduled in for the free heart scan. And then when they come in, we are going to explain to them, and they're going to meet with a patient advocate that's going to explain the full body scan, what we scan for, how the machine works, how the technology, because our technology is a little bit different than hospital scan technology, the way our scanner's set up. So they're going to explain that and also show them the Legacy program, which is a multi-year scanning program where we scan our patients. We set a baseline and then we scan them yearly. We have a couple of different programs. We have a 5-year program. We're starting to look at other type of programs as well, but they'll learn all about that when they meet with our patient advocates.
Nice, and that's absolutely free heart scan, and all they have to do is call your number there,
813-582-5222.
All right, good stuff. LifeGuardImaging.com as well. And yeah, it's important to set that baseline and find out how you can, take control of your health. I think a lot of people, what do you think are the reasons why people won't take action on something like that?
And the biggest excuse I always get is, I don't want to know.
Yeah.
And it's funny because what I tell them is, you are going to know.
Yeah.
Because if something's developing inside, you're going to know. So the thing is, you want to know now and treat it with good quality of life, or do you want to know when you have a symptom? Because when you talk about heart disease and cancer, they're known as the silent killers. Because by the time you have a symptom, obviously, with a heart, you know better than anybody. You've had it happen to you, so probably no symptoms whatsoever till you had your heart attack. Right. And with heart disease, if a patient's 99% blocked, they can go get a stent put in, open heart, whatever the case is, and survive it. And heart attacks, not everybody survives them. So that's the thing. We can avoid the heart attack by looking inside the heart. And then when cancer, catching it earlier, the earlier you catch it, the better chance of survival it is. So that's why we scan our patients yearly, because if anything were to develop that early stage, you catch it. Yeah.
Man, it affects people. I mean, I think a lot of times people have this mentality like, oh, it's not going to happen to me. It won't happen to me. Those same people will go out and buy a lottery ticket and think they're going to win the lottery.
Right.
But we just had it happen to, another close family member. I mean, my mom's husband, just got diagnosed, just got ALL and going through the whole deal right now. But it happens, folks. It happens to people. You have these different cancers and heart disease. But Lifeguard Imaging, free heart scan, and Martin Gramatica here in studio with me today talking about that. And now you're also inviting doctors, other doctors. Why would they want to come visit? Just check it out and see what you're offering.
Absolutely, because we're not doctors. We don't have any doctors on site. The only thing, we do send all our scans to a board-certified radiologist that's going to put the report together. It's going to, look at all the scans and then put the report together. But as far as treating the diseases, whether it's cancer, heart disease, or at times we find things that could also help patients with quality of life, hiatal hernia, regular hernias, kidney stones. We don't treat. We just provide the information to the patient, and then they take it to their specialist or their primary care. So we want doctors to understand what we do, because there's sometimes doctors that may dismiss our results because they're not being done at their office, or they're not aware that a patient can get a preventative scan. Because our medicine, we have the best medicine in the world, but it's reactionary medicine. And if you're not feeling sick, or if you don't feel a symptom, you don't go to the doctor.
Right.
And in this case, patients want to be proactive. So it's hard for a doctor to understand, like, how do you say you have this when you don't have any symptoms? Why did you go get a scan when you didn't have any symptoms? And now that's why we want them to come in. We encourage them to come in so we can explain, show them how we scan, show them what the scanner looks like, show them all the results. And that way, if they do get one of our patients, they understand why they came in, the patient, to be obviously proactive with their health, but also what the results will look like and what the report will look like once a patient receives one.
Yeah, I like that. Have you noticed? I've noticed trends, other trends too these days. More and more people are getting these testosterone replacements, hormone replacements. Have you guys seen or heard the effects of that? People coming into your location there as Frankie and
Right. We're not doing any comparisons to before, after. Obviously, we're just looking at, and everybody's different. Every patient's different. We always tell you family history could play a role in certain things, maybe not, because there's times that you see the fittest people come in. And I always tell the story with my first week at Lifeguard. I saw the fittest 65-year-old man I've ever seen. This guy was a triathlete. He cycled 25 miles a day. And I even said to myself, I was like, I want to look like this guy when I'm 65. I mean, he was ripped, looked in amazing shape.
Yeah.
And he had a 4,000 calcium score.
Wow.
And 400 and above is considered extensive plaque burden.
Wow.
And he had a 4,000. So, and he almost fell over and passed out when we gave him the result, because he never expected it, because he's cycling 25 miles a day, running triathlon. And you would never know that he had heart disease. So
right.
Until you look inside, you just don't know. And that's what's so scary about these diseases, is until you look inside, you don't know. And a lot of these doctors, they're using markers, EKG, stress tests, blood work. They're not definitive because they're not looking inside. So
right.
we're providing information for them to treat the diseases.
Yeah, I love that. Also, the virtual colonoscopy is another product that you have over there.
Yes, a virtual colonoscopy is a much less invasive and more thorough exam than the conventional. The conventional, it's 6-foot probe with a camera that it's a dangerous procedure. There's times that patients have had their colon wall punctured by the procedure that's supposed to save their life and actually passed away from it.
Yeah.
With a virtual colonoscopy, it's minimal and it's not invasive at all. It's a 2.5 insertion. We pump air in the colon, and the scanner's doing all the work. So minimal prep. There's the danger of anesthesia is taken away from it. There's no anesthesia needed. Usually our patients, when they get the virtual colonoscopy, they're going back to work. And we had one of the girls at work do it, and she was back to work in 20 minutes.
Yeah.
So it's way less invasive than the conventional and much easier prep. Because a lot of times, I'm 47, I should have had one. They're recommending them at 45 now.
Right.
And the reason I never had a colonoscopy because of the prep. I just didn't. I just feared the prep more than anything else. So
same with me, and it was a first class experience, very easy to get through. Did the heart scan and the virtual colonoscopy. Martin Gramatica website and final phone number there.
Yeah, they can find us at lifeguardimaging.com. That's our website, and then our phone number for scheduling is 813-582-5222. Make sure to mention, the quarterback show and Brandon Rhymes, and then we'll get them.
Tell them the quarterback sent you. Let them know.
That's right.
Don't forget to bring your footballs in there. Martin will sign them for you.
That's right.
All right, good stuff, man. Thanks for coming in.
No, take care. Good to see you.
All right, taking a quick break. Coming back, Alex Black Belt Lima on the Consumer Quarterback Show, consumerqb.com.
Thanks for listening to my daddy's show. Please make sure to send him all of your real estate deals and subscribe to the Consumer Quarterback Show podcast on iTunes and Spotify, or check out our YouTube channel. Have a blessed day.
To get